Hello, I'm Cardwell. I'm the author for the Center for Advanced Security and Training, CAS 614, which is Advanced Network Defense. A little bit about myself. I've actually worked as Director of Network Operations Center, where I led a red team and attacked networks for pretty much 6 years for the U.S. government and the U.S. Navy. After I retired from that, I went into actual penetration testing, security testing, and consulting. Well, what happened was EC Council started forming the Center for Advanced Security and Training, which was more advanced training than you typically get in a certification type of course. So what we did is, after discussions, we decided, there's a lot of courses out there based on attack. Well, instead of doing attack, most of us have to defend. At the end of the day, we have to defend our networks. So what we did is we took all these advanced penetration testing courses. I went to about a year's training. We looked at the way that people were breaking into networks, and I built my course based on how do I defend against these attacks. And what you find out is we can do things to defend our networks. And that's what the course is all about. It's showing you advanced network defense based on what we call ingress, inbound traffic, and egress, outbound traffic of your network. Sophisticated malware. We've all heard about Stuxnet. We've all heard about all this advanced malware that's out there today. Well, the way you mitigate the effect of malware attacks is egress filtering. That is, you look at your outbound network traffic that's going out to the internet. If it's going out to the internet and you know that that's a server, it's been compromised. Your server should not go out to the internet. So when we built the actual CAS course, we build an entire network architecture in the 3 days of the course. We build a router, we show how you attack the router, and then we secure the router and defend it from attack. We build an actual Bastion host, which runs your firewall software, and then we run attacks against that and defend against the attack. And then finally, we get to the inside network and show you that sophisticated malware where your client goes and clicks on a website and downloads it into your browser with either a cross-site scripting attack or some other type of thing, an email that says, click here. When they download that malware, we can't detect it with our antivirus because our antivirus is only going to detect 80% of the malware out there today. It's going to miss 20%. So the course is based on, yes, you might get compromised, but how do I recover and mitigate the risk? Well, we do that with a technique that's not really that new, but unfortunately, a lot of us forgot about it. It's called network segmentation isolation. So I segment my network that says, yeah, you might compromise this machine, but you're not going to spread to the other areas of my network. And that's the whole concept of the fact you know that you might get attacked. And when you do get attacked, you're going to isolate and segment the attack to only damage that portion of the network or even that machine if you can isolate it to the only machine. And again, your servers should never send packets out. So the way you configure your architecture for your egress filtering is you don't allow any server IP address block to send a packet out to the internet, because if it does, it's been compromised, and that's part of how malware works. So the malware might get on your machine and compromise the machine, but the data never leaves the server because you don't allow the servers to communicate to the internet. And that's the main focus when you get into memory and looking at the sophisticated malware of today. The last part of the course is we go into network access protection and the advanced features that Server 2008 from Microsoft inherently has built in now. For years, we never had a solution in Microsoft that would give us network access control or network access protection. Now we do, and that's what we do with Server 2008 in the class. We configure network access protection. We do a DHCP environment, which is when you connect to the network, I don't even give you an IP address on my network until you meet a certain requirement or what we call a health certificate. And then in the second lab, we do IPsec. What we do there is we can isolate our servers with IPsec within the same physical domain logically. And if I don't have IPsec, I can't communicate to the servers. Very powerful defending techniques that is available now through Microsoft by default. And that's kind of where we go through the course. We start from the perimeter, do all the attacks from the perimeter, and then we look at what really is happening today. And the main thing that's happening today is your client's going to a website, downloading a sophisticated piece of malware. When that malware gets on the box, then they're going to infect the servers and everything around your machine. Okay? The Verizon report states 96% of the attacks that happened on the internet were not very difficult. A lot of the attacks you see in the news are not very difficult. Just putting in simple defensive measures will prevent these types of attacks. And that's what we do in the Advanced Network Defense course. You do this from an architecture perspective. You do it from the outside, the router, the bastion host, your DMZ, and also your inside to protect from sophisticated malware and other types of attacks that we see out there today. And that's what the course focuses on.